But like I said, you have to again just know who you're dealing with,
Right.
but then also be open to every approach.
Right.
So my son, let's say he's doing excellent in academics, but his arts and craft is just terrible. He got an unsatisfactory. He got an F, or he failed, or whatever. Mm-hmm. We would punish. I mean, harshly about that F. That's the concept that when people would approach a F.
Right.
But I'm just not good at that. Now, if I know that you're doing your best, I can't. It's selfish of me to actually do better than your best. Right. You're not an arts and crafted person. Right. You are a academics person. You're more math. You're more English related. Mm-hmm. So now, what? You're a failure now because you're not good at arts and crafts? No.
Absolutely.
And now that's going to be discouraging. So I have to praise you. I have to lift you up for your hard work and the A's, the B's. You're doing your thing, and I'm proud of you. And if you want to learn more, let's work together to learn more as well.
That makes sense. That makes
you know what I'm saying?
Sense.
As long as you're giving your best. I never asked them to do better than their best. Did you do your best? Did you try this? Did you try? Oh, I didn't try that. All right, let's try that. Let's give it this approach. And I think as we listen to each other, she sees where it's necessary to be stern and aggressive, way more than before. Because I heard a lot of conversations.
They're getting older.
Yeah, I heard a lot of
conversations. They're older now. They picking up some more stuff.
In school. I heard a lot of conversations where I see why your father do this and act like that and say that. And
but sometimes it be threats. It be threats because sometimes they don't be listening to me.
Who, to you? Yeah.
They try me. They try me.
They try her because they know.
Because she's a female.
They know she's...
They're the alpha. That's the alpha male testosterone.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it. Like my son, he would try me on many days. I'm like, Cameron, you're the only child in the house. Ain't no more kids in here. I know you did it. I know you did it. But you know, it was 3 of us growing up, and my mom said, I'm going to find out which one did it. Mm-hmm. I know which one did it because you're going to tell on yourself. Mm-hmm. And you know, I'm in the background like, go ahead and tell you did because I don't want no whooping. Right, you know? Right. And my mom was like, yeah, I'm going to let them stack up. And that was whoopings, you know. I'm going to let them stack up. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to get the right one. And I'd be like, I don't want no whooping. But it wasn't me.
My kids snitch automatically. Oh, who did it? Jeremiah did it. Yep. Who did it?
Because they sometimes they don't no trouble.
Yeah, sometimes they be lying. They just say a name.
They
know a name is supposed to come after the question. So that anybody that last bothered me, oh yeah, Jeremiah.
All the time.
Yes.
Who dropped it? Jeremiah? Who did it? JoJo? Who did it? Elisha? But Elisha is in here with me, so he didn't do it. Oh, so it was JoJo. Who did it?
Yeah. But
so you telling on each other all right, look.
You gotta
wait. And I said, where's the loyalty among y'all?
Yeah.
You're supposed to have some type of
loyalty. To stick together.
Exactly.
So we coming against one another.
Exactly.
Yeah, we have those conversations with the kids. Mm-hmm. We have those conversations. And we come from different avenues so they know how important it is to love your brother, love your mother, love your father. Not just because we're a family, but because we're together, we're blood, we're everything to each other. These days, family is not around. Family is not supporting. So if we can instill that in them now, you know, they can grow up that way.
Absolutely.
And even to the simplest form. So I was talking to all 3 of them. I said, guys, which number is better, 1 or 3? Which one is greater? Which one? Let's say Jeremiah crossed the finish line. No, let's say Jeremiah and Elijah crossed the finish line. No matter of fact, let's say Jeremiah, Elijah, and Josiah crossed the finish line. Which one is better? They said all 3 of their names. Because it's a greater feeling. Now everybody plays a part. Now we can all shine together.
Right.
The issue in family now is that when we teach kids, you know, that they got to grow up together, it's like mentally you're separating you and mom from the family. Nah, let's all 5 of us grow up together because we still have, all of us still have growing up to do. So much more to learn.
Absolutely.
But as long as we, you know, because out of the mouths of babes, you know,
you never know what you're going to hear.
You can learn so much. You can learn so much. So we're learning together. Let's learn together.
Right.
And not be so, I know I've been through it. If you've been through it, act like you've been through it.
Right.
Act like you had feelings.
Let me ask you this question. Being here in New York, and this is something I had to learn to take and root, because I was very harsh on my son. Because being a single mother, you kind of you mama, daddy, auntie, uncle, cousin.
Everybody.
You play all these parts trying to be one person. And I remember like talking to him very harshly, and this is something I hear in New York on a normal basis. And I just turn around and look.
Oh, but the cursing at the kids?
Not only the cussing at the kids, but talking to them like they owe you money. Like that's your friend did you something, or getting to that point where you're like, man, people don't understand, like that's what that child gonna remember. This is what this child is gonna not only do, but he's gonna react everywhere he goes, because all he knows is this is the product of my environment. This is what I know. This is what I see my parents doing, or whoever is around me. What do you say about that? How do you what do you do when you get to the point where you get frustrated and you have to like calm yourself down, because what they see and know is what they're learning, and that can be a different part, because like I said, we as adults can get very upset at life in itself, work in itself, the relationship in itself. How do you get to that point where you just kind of breathe it in and say, you know what, I got to come from a different perspective. I have to come from a different standpoint, because what I give out is what they take in.
I don't know. Have I ever gone a different? Because he swears. I wake up angry, but that's how I got to move in the morning. Because you got 3 different people that don't want to listen.
Right.
So, and then he wake up, why are you always yelling in the morning? You always yelling in the morning. That's how I got to get them to move. You know what I'm saying? I have to get dressed 3 times. I got to get dressed. Where's your shoes? Where's your socks? Your shirt, your pants is on backwards. You don't see it. Like, you put your clothes on every day. You don't notice? I hate to see parents yell at their kids like that. But what softened me up a little bit is I noticed the oldest one, Josiah, he's very, very emotional.
Right.
Very emotional. He's emotional on himself. Like, he's hard on himself. What was he upset about that time we was having a meeting, the family meeting?
Oh, that the kids was playing the game where basically they were just throwing a ball into a basket, and all the kids had made it, and he didn't. And he was hurt. No. Matter of fact, somebody else won and everybody else didn't. So he felt like a failure, like a loser, like he wasn't good enough. And that's how he was growing up. Like even when he was surrounded by other kids that would learn how to read faster or first. Even in racing, it's like I gotta be first. And if he doesn't win, it's like he's hard on himself.
So I try to encourage. Because I try not to, I have my way, and those are my ways of dealing with the kids. In the morning, like the way I speak to them, and it's usually, get dressed. Like I have to, like I come out the room,
Right.
I'm getting myself dressed, I come back, they still don't have clothes on. One of them don't have clothes on. Two got clothes on, one missing a sneaker, shoelace is somewhere hanging, the cat got the shoelace. Like that's how it looks in the morning, and he's asleep. So he wakes up, why are you yelling? Look at your kids, and you'll see why.
So
only Jeremiah's dressed, because I dress him. The other two, Josiah, he's good. It's Elijah. It be Elijah.
So it sounds as if even though dad is sick, dad needs to get up for at least 15 to 20 minutes.
Yes.
Because we talk about the bonnet and what it does to help moisturize and keep things together and keep things intact. That's what the relationship does. Is help get up and keep everything intact and keep everything together, because it helps her.
And when he gets up,
hold up now, wait. Wait, hold on. Talia, so I don't get up.
I was about to just say that.
No. That should have been said first.
He gets up when I'm yelling. That's when he jumps up. Like, what are you yelling for? But
wait, why am I asleep though?
Cause you're at work. That's cool.
Yeah,
But
we
I'm
know
saying-
that. We know that.
I understand.
That we understand.
What's going on here?
Because when he say, hey, hi, what, you okay? Because he know when the kids are got me upset. He'll jump up, okay, I'll take them to school. Now, when I take them to school, they got to run and get water. Somebody got to wash their hands. They want to show me all the tricks that they done learned in school. They want to show me all the pictures that they did. So I'm in there another 20 minutes before I can actually leave to go to work. When he dropped them up at school, he in and out. 5 minutes.
He ain't having it.
Yeah, he wash your hands, go to your teacher. That's it. Not me. In the morning, they crying on the way to school. Mommy, do you have
They're giving
gum?
you blues.
With him, everything's good. But so he do have his days where he get up and he take them to school. He'll let me go to work. He'll give me some money to get some breakfast. He have his days. And those are days when he know them kids are got me upset.
But see that's the thing.
So you do get up and.
No, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I'm
We take that back.
listen. So I just recently learned that being first off, in 2019, being a father in a child's life, being present in a child's life, that's the new thing.
Right.
And I've just learned that even though it's cool to be present around your child, it's also better to even be active.
Oh, absolutely.
So learning that, now I can I can have greater in-depth conversations. Like, I can tell my wife individually what's going on with each one of my childs because I had that conversation with them. So being, again, active. Learning, like even taking my kids to the doctor. Not only taking them, but when I come home, hey babe, so he got this shot and he got the flu shot and he got his 3-year shots and this one he's okay and he got to get a physical the next 2 years. So we're having a more a dialect on, you know, what's going on, being active. Right. So being active allows me to really embrace the fact of being a family. That's what I'm always working hard towards having, is a complete family that's whole and that's happy. You know?
And trust in God.
Yeah, trust in it.
We're going to shift this conversation because, of course, we can talk about the kids, you know, night and day. When it comes to your relationship and Bonnet talk, what do you feel is the greater, you know, when it comes to sharing your information with other people? Because a lot of people are doing it, getting up and, you know, kind of sharing their experience and letting people know, okay, this is what we're going through. You're not the only one, but we want to put it out there so you know.
Yeah.
What to you guys makes it interesting?
I would say, Dave says he's funny, but I feel like I'm the funnier one. I think it's our approach on it. I think I'm hilarious. So
She got jokes.
yeah, so I think, like I said, like some of the things I say to him, people be like, what? Because I told him, when he's still, have you ever seen any of the episodes of Bonnet Talk?
No, he told me about it last Saturday.
I told him, I always feel like he always gets the parts when I'm threatening him on camera. He never gets the parts when I'm saying the nice things.
You don't say nothing.
Yes, I do say nice things.
You do not say nice things.
I feel like
what part is that?
I say nice things.
Now listen, but I believe it's the natural approach to it.
Yeah,
this is naturally us. It's not turn on the camera. Alright, you ready?
It's not script.
All right,
it's not
cool.
written down.
Of course not, because you have to be spontaneous.
The
with
most
it.
beautiful part about this is that beyond the fact that it's not being scripted, the way we start recording is, hey hun, are you in the mood to do Bonnet Talk? All right, let me get my bonnet. That's what I get.
Right.
And then what up? It's your boy DJ and your girl T Boogie, and we're live on Bonnet Talk. She has no idea what we're about to talk about.
Absolutely.
I have topics for days. I told you, my creativity is always on the go. So, tonight our topic is, boom, and the camera's sitting right there. Tonight our topic is essentials. What do we like to carry? What do we must have in our bags or our day-to-day
Especially
use?
on this boulevard.
Exactly.
That's something people can relate to.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So she has no idea. So if I say something about, if I'll bring up an argument that we had, and we've already finished the argument, but now I just want to make fun of it. You know what I mean?
Get me upset.
Boom.
All over me.
Boom. Babe. So have you ever struggled with a pet peeve with me? And she has one immediately, and she goes.
Oh my.
She goes. I have topics where I know she'll just go, and it's natural.
Right.
And she goes only because I sparked something that just reminded her of a moment where she's like, she can really define that moment and how she felt.
And in the comments, you get a lot of, I know exactly where she's coming from.
Yeah.
Somebody always agree.
The brothers be agreeing with me too.
They be on my side.
But
They be on my side. Come on, Daniel. Why didn't you just do what she told you to do?
but see, the beauty of it, as much as we can relate, we also try to give back in a general form as well.
Absolutely.
So if she's struggling with this and I'm struggling with this, how can we come to some type of compromise and agreement where it's not us defending each other? It's not about defending each other anymore and who's right or who's wrong.
Right.
She's expressed herself. I hear you. I'm going to express myself too.
Right.
You hear me. But now, all right, cool. Let's cut it all out.
Absolutely.
What's up?
Yeah.
The resources. You don't like this.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. And that brings, I think that definitely, not only that, I believe that brings the relationship closer together. It makes it makes it like, you know what? We got something real, you know? And that's, you know, can be very rare in a lot of relationships because, you know, I'll be like walking down the street like, Lord, don't be sending me nobody no time soon because if I got to go through that little foolishness that they going through in that corner, you cut that out right now because, you know, I used to be that one that popped off. You know, when I was married, I popped off. The President Obama and Michelle could be sitting right over, and I didn't care. I would tell people I would take the roof off my house and build it back on. There was one year I was so upset. I mean, I could not. I was so furious around Christmas time. Let me tell y'all, I chunked the whole Christmas tree out the window. I mean, out the front door. That's how frustrated I used to. That person made me. But I didn't know. I didn't have anybody in my life that was a replica of what a marriage was. Not even, you know, you can still go to church, but you can tell people at churches they wasn't having the right relationship. Their relationship was just as rocky too. So I didn't have anyone that was present to show me what a relationship was. This is what I thought it was. You come at me. I'm about to do it again, you know. And he was he was everything but a child of God. I promise you. What do y'all? Who was someone in y'all life that kind of that helps keep y'all relationship going? Do y'all have elders? Do y'all go to? You know, even when things kind of get rocky or shaky, who do you go to kind of help you get back on that playing field?
So, first off, God. God is everything.
Amen.
And why we stand here and as a family today. Just following his ways and everything that we was taught through the grace of God. That's why I can't really say specifically someone because through his grace, he really allowed us to really experience so many different people from church, schools, friends, family that we know personally, and we've both been exposed in different ways as a wife, as a husband, and then also hearing what wives is doing out there, hearing what husbands doing out there. How would that help? Would that help? Would that be a benefit or would that take away? Yeah, okay, cool. That would be a benefit. Let's focus on that benefit as opposed to entertaining that toxic part. We don't really want to.
There's a lot of that going on.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that
going on and so forth. You know, and I know when it comes to marriage and it comes to that bond and that close relationship, how do y'all keep that spark? Like, how do you keep that that twinkle in the eye? Look at her. She just laughed.
His pants is down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, babe. Go ahead. Talk about your man, honey.
Yes.
I don't.
Spark it, baby.
You said I don't.
It's the fact that he keeps me smiling.
Yeah.
Keeps me laughing. Little things. He tried to be romantic in his own little ways.
Okay.
He knows. So we went to this. It was a church seminar to find out what your love language is. So
5 languages of love.
Yes. So mine was, cause I have to come home, I have to cook, I have to wash dishes. I feel like I can't. The kitchen dishes. Yes.
2 jobs.
You know, the house clean. So when he's not working, he'll come in. He'll have the house clean. He'll have a bath running. He has the candles lit. The kids will bathe, but I don't have to do it. He done fix them some food by the time I get in bed. And that to me is what I like. Okay, so you done took care of all that. Now I have time for you, boo.
Yeah. Because if I gotta do it, you can forget about
And
it.
I'm saying, especially if you're home.
Don't touch me.
Exactly. If you're here,
Yeah.
why you just can't do it?
Yeah. But
So,
a lot of relationships struggle with that.
mm-hmm.
They struggle because either how they grew up,
Yeah.
and they see their mom do everything, or they see their father do everything, and that can be a friction within the relationship as well too. Because, you know, my son's father thought it was my job to take care of the diaper.
Mm-hmm.
Boo, we made this baby together.
Together,
You can
mhm.
change the diaper too.
Yes.
You know, you can smell his poop as well
Yes.
too. You know, so certain things we were taught growing up and things like that. How do you feel when it comes to relationship? What she does makes you just, just amazing.
So a church family of ours had exposed us to the knowledge of the love language.
Right.
And
5 languages of love.
when I learned that, I enjoyed the beauty of her glow. She glows when I speak her language. And so seeing that, and that's all I want to be surrounded by, I'm going to just keep doing this. You know, this feel good. But it took me a while to learn that, only because I was more focused on me. What did I want?
Yeah.
What did I want? Why are you not giving that to me? You know what I mean? Going into this marriage, I still had learning curves to learn.
Right.
And so I now focus on myself when I'm by myself.
Right.
But when I'm with my wife, I'm focusing on her.
And Daniel, his love language, he likes for me to be up under him like this.
That's right. This feel good too right now.
24/7.
This feel good
And,
right now.
and with me, I'm not like that. He likes to be cuddled. He likes me to tell him how much I think he look good 25 times a day. He wants.
It's been a while too.
He wants me to send him a message.
It's been a while.
He wants me to send him a message. I love him every 5 minutes. But that's not me. So I have to know. I have to learn. Okay, this is what he wants. So this is what I have to do. Cause the cuddling. I don't like to be up under. You don't have to call me every 5 minutes. I just spoke to you. I know what you're doing. Ain't nothing changed 5 minutes. That's how I am.
Right.
But think about it. Imagine this. If all I had to do was wash the dishes, help her with the kids, clean up the house, probably, yeah. Clean up the house. If all I had to do was that to have a successful and beautiful and joyful marriage.
Right.
All right, cool. Because, and how does that affect? That doesn't even affect me. It affects me in a beautiful way, a beneficial way.
Right.
And so I'm gonna keep doing that. And if all she has to do is just hug me now and again, because I know she loves me, but I need that.
He wants the.
I want.
He wants attention.
Affection.
Like one of the kids.
Affection.
Yeah.
Thank you. You got 4 kids.
It's cool.
Thank you.
Got
Thank
4
you.
children.
No. She got 3
You
children.
got 4 children.
She got 3 of them. 3 of them.
3 of them.
3 of them.
3 of
I
them.
got 4.
She got 3 of them.
Don't
And
let him get sick.
No, you a kid.
A kid.
You already know because you get the sniffles. And,
Come on.
and
I don't
your
get
whole
sick.
life
I
falls
don't get
apart.
When you do get sick.
whatever
Oh,
day that
man,
is.
that's-
Your whole life falls apart because now you got the sniffles and she got to take care of you.
You and the kid.
You and the kids.
Scotty Page. This is the young lady I was telling you about.
Hello, how are you?
This
Good.
is the CEO.
Oh, hey.
Yes, of Rock With Me, Inc.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
what's up.
yeah,
What's
yeah,
up?
yeah.
Nice to meet you.
But he needs his own platform because he got too much. He
Wait
got
a
a lot.
minute. That's okay.
Rock, you want?
I know, that's y'all thing. I don't want to steal y'all joy. Y'all shine.
Rock, what's
What's
up?
up,
Nah,
man?
let's shine together, baby.
We will. What y'all doing, y'all? I don't want to take away from that.
You should
Hey,
come
don't
on
start,
in.
don't start no mess back there with the kids. You know they
he-
going.
There you go. All the
He
time.
pulled out the candy like it was a shot of liquor. Like,
Look, see
look.
As soon as they see him, Papa, you got candy? You got candy? Jeremiah in the crying, I don't want candy last night. It was 9 o'clock.
He pulled out the candy like,
Yeah, that's Papa.
Him and my
Let's do
mother.
this.
That's
Yes.
Papa right there.
The first thing they ask, they don't say hi, how are you? Papa, you got candy?
Yeah.
Papa, you got candy?
and y'all say don't start and look what happened.
Hey, yeah.
That's some shenanigans.
But yeah, that's basically our marriage. Our marriage is really listening, but we've learned beyond. Cause I can tell her she don't listen, and she can tell me I don't listen. But how to listen sometimes is foreign. It's simple,
Yeah.
but foreign.
It can be.
How to listen? Oh, I actually have to reply and try to find the result of whatever your problem is. I'm not trying to figure that out. I'm too busy thinking
That's because
about.
some people listen just to respond. People
Right.
don't listen
Oh
to
yeah,
listen,
yeah.
you know?
They don't listen and they don't take in everything and be like, you know what, I ain't even think about it like that, you know.
And then you can't listen if you don't care.
Right.
So if you got an attitude and you acting up and all that,
You
I
better
don't care
believe
no
it.
more.
You
I don't
better
care.
believe
So how can I listen?
Candyman.
Yeah, that's Candyman. Yeah.
Now let me ask you this question. I know when it comes to relationships and you know you guys keeping it the spice back in your life, what you know when it comes to music, because you know music is like life.
All day.
All day, all night, and you know I love when I hear a good song, and it puts me in the mood or makes me think about somebody. You know who do y'all listen to? I mean, you can listen to Christian music, but what I'm saying outside of Christian music, who is someone that kind of keeps that romance in your marriage?
Right now, he loves Jill Scott. Loves Jill
Take
Scott.
a long walk.
He loves
Oh,
Jill
that's
Scott.
right.
Right now, I'm into Daniel Caesar. I like her.
Her. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Daniel
I just want
Yes,
to
and the guy who sang the song with her, Daniel Caesar.
Yeah.
Who else?
We're very diverse.
Okay.
Very diverse. Because one morning she might wake up to
Cardi, love her Cardi.
some Latin music. Yeah, bachata, soca.
You never noise. So you never know. You never
Reggae. Like it's we're so diverse, so it's really about the mood. Like if we had a hard day, I cool something smooth and relaxing. She prepares herself for work, and it's an aggressive workspace. So she listens to Cardi B. She listens to trap. She
goes straight trap. Let's get this start. Because I'm gonna put on Lil Wayne. I'm gonna tell you right now.
There you go.
Me,
stunned.
Me, like when I'm in business mode, it's all Mozart, classical.
Really?
Yeah, when I'm in work mode, that's me.
Wow.
Cleaning, soca,
Noise.
soca.
She call it noise.
Noise.
It's soca.
Noise.
It's my culture,
Yeah.
our culture. Cause them kids is West Indian too, by the way.
Look at she call it noise.
But yeah, music play a big part because we're all day.
Yeah.
From morning, I'm talking about the Disney, Lion King,
Yeah.
just the introduction. We're playing that and they're waking up to that. Like all day.
Foolishness.
Yeah, this. But my kids will be aware of so much, and
That's what you expose them to too.
and they could cipher and make their own choices now. Like, this is my choice to do this. Hey, Dad, what do you think about this choice? Try it out. Let's see. And I'm here with you. You have to have that open for the entire communication of the family.
Yeah, because you know, back then when I was growing up, it's like, you see them beans on your plate, that's what we having for dinner, and that's what you're gonna eat.
Yeah.
You ain't got no choice.
Exactly.
Right.
Nothing else.
And that homework you're doing, you better do it right now because you ain't going outside. You know, you didn't have those, you don't have no option,
Right.
you know, growing up. And so now, it's like, I need to allow my child to be open. I need to let them be free because you're seeing all these crazy kids up in the school acting a fool because the parents closed them in and they're supposed to do nothing. And now they just on all this medication and stuff. So, you know, it takes away from everything.
But you know, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
There's a lot of different approaches to the same result.
Oh, of course.
So when when you only know a certain way, it makes the relationship harder. Because I only know this way, so I can only speak to you this way. That's why people will leave and go to their friend, their best friend, their buddy, their hubby, their everything. Because the person I'm trying to communicate to can't speak my language.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So to be open and listen, like I just really recently found out how good it felt for someone to ask me, Daniel, how was your day? When my wife asked me how was my day, like, you know, the cliche, like a wife asking, you gotta grab a beer, you know, you gotta sit down, it's about to be long. But when but when she actually does it for me, I'm like, I'm feeling relief and tension releasing as I'm actually expressing how my day was.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes it could be long-winded.
Very.
She fell asleep a couple times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I just asked you one simple
I
question.
asked you one question. But it used to be the other way around.
Because
Look, it used to be the other way around, like, wait a minute, she done yet?
Yeah.
Right,
I
exactly.
think that's because when I speak to him during the day, I'm telling him what done happened to me at work.
Mhm.
Coming home, on my lunch break, and I'm telling him what's going on. Coming home, I tell him what's going on. By the time I get in the house, I'm venting some more. But then, that's it. He done
Yeah.
know my whole day.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me tell you what done happened here at work for me today.
Yeah.
yeah, because it's some drama.
She likes to catch the heat of the moment
All the
and
time.
go ahead and express
It's
herself.
the drama that takes place. Let me ask you this question. You know, based on your relationship and the fact that you have children and you're so family oriented, where do y'all see yourselves? Where do you see yourselves? And I ain't gonna say 5-10 years. I'm just saying, where do you see yourself as a couple? You know, because it although it's a give and take relationship, and it has its good days and its bad days and its rainbows and its rain.
Mhm.
Where do you guys see yourself?
So we have goals. We're very goal oriented. Do you want to answer that question? Or you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty much.
Scotty, could you have him lower that down a little bit, Scotty? Please. Sorry.
They actually done.
I think that. Sorry, that just threw me off.
No, you're okay.
What's the question?
Where do you guys see yourself?
Oh yes, yeah. So we don't too much entertain the external. The external do exist, and like I said, we're goal oriented to stay motivated and keep the momentum going. But the really goal and the challenge and the stretch is to maintain us, maintain our foundation of love, respect, maturity.
Okay.
As long as we're maintaining that, whatever location we end up in, we're still flourishing.
Right.
Whether if it's bad or good,
Right.
you know, poor, rich,
Right.
sick, health.
Right.
I see the kids are out. The kids are out. But maybe just Elijah.
She said, I see the kids
Yeah,
out. They
the kids are
gone.
out.
They is
I see
gone.
Elijah. He may still be here. He may still be here with us. Grandkids, older grandkids. I would like for my kids, all three of them, high school diplomas. I'm not going to. They can go to college. They choose to go to college, but I'm not going to stress. Well, you have to go to college. But I do want them to attain their high school diploma. Want them out the house. But I know in this time, like it's expensive. So I
Right.
would, you know, like you'll never know. By the time they done finish high school, they still here because it's hard to live out here by yourself.
Right,
Living here by
right.
yourself. I one day hope to not be here, like to be in the country, North Carolina, North Carolina, Atlanta.
Out of the city.
Yeah, with the kid.
Yeah.
I was thinking by the time he entered into high school, so they could finish high school. He don't want to be here. Finish high school in the country. I'm still married, traveling,
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely
travel. I don't know, but I don't know about that yet because I don't get on planes. So traveling somewhere, you and I with our grandkids. They can come see us for the summer. You know, we're far away from them, but close enough to where they can come and then go back to where
She
they
won't
came
keep
from.
them long.
Yeah.
I see us also being a strong force in the business field as well, within Bonnet Talk, J5 Life Productions,
Yes.
my company, Get Up Incorporated. So like, I think we're gonna be really blessed by God for in the business aspect as well, and we'll be able to. The goal is to be able to separate that
Oh, absolutely.
from the personal.
Oh, absolutely.
I would like to be like behind.
But yeah,
She wanna
she's
be
behind the scenes.
She
Yeah.
was producing.
Yeah,
Producing
I
more
want to
so.
be.
I can definitely see that. I can see that, you know, when it comes to you guys in your relationship and how God has flourished you guys at a very young age, that's something very rare that you see, because not only has He given you grace, He's given you a sufficient foundation for you, not just for the marriage, but for the children.
Mhm.
And that's something, you know, we sometimes rarely see. And I think it's very beneficial because not only are you growing together, you're adapting to everyday life on a normal basis. And I think that's very, very productive with you guys. I can also see that not only with travel, but I can definitely see the business flourishing because it's a need. It is definitely a need, and it's something it opens the eyesight. You know, without a vision, you know, we perish in a lot of areas.
Mhm.
And the way you guys have kept it connected, you know, I'm definitely in awe of that.
Thank you.
I can definitely see you on a whole new platform, never behind the scenes, because as a woman of God, he's bringing you into a new setting. And with that new setting, it starts with those children, you know, not the fact that they're not listening to you. They hear you.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't want to pay it any attention at the beginning of that time. But it's all what you do in front of them too.
Mm-hmm.
That's he's building he's building you up on that platform, so that way when you get ready to speak,
Mm-hmm.
you will be heard. You know that sometimes it starts with the children, it starts with the husband, it starts with other people out in the community, and what you do, even in your workforce.
Mm-hmm.
Your voice needs to be heard. It definitely needs to be heard, not just the fact that we want to be funny or anything like that. It's a fact because it comes from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely comes from the heart. I want to ask you a question too.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you, growing up
Mm-hmm.
with your mother, and the fact that you don't have a girl, and you're around all this male testosterone.
Yeah.
How do you who is this? Sorry. How do you there we go. Hold on. There we go. How do you keep yourself grounded?
Because it's 4 little things. Sorry, 3 little things. Because they all act like they. They all act like that. It's hard. I feel like everything. We had a dispute about the bathroom. He said it looked girly or something like that.
No, I didn't like the design on the curtain.
And it's fine. It's navy blue. The bathroom is blue. As long as it's blue, I don't care. Like, why do you have a problem with it? It's just, I try to keep, I don't know, I like to do hair. So I'm always trying to do something with my hair.
And you're good at it too.
I think I have no idea. It's hard. Because everything is boy this, boy that. The only light I can see is my sister. She's having a baby. She's due November 21st. Right. So we about to have a niece in the family. After not having girls here. So I'm like, maybe I just direct all my energy to her, like doing her hair. I always thought I would have girls. I always thought, because I was into doing the hair, I'm into the chia print, I like to dress us like twins, so I always thought that was going to be me. So growing up with three boys, I don't know. I said maybe I have to wait until they have kids, maybe, hopefully, their granddaughters.
But how do you maintain you?
Yeah, how do you get your me time? Do you ever get like a me time? Do you ever get a day where, it's like, it's about you? Because as a mother, we're pulled in so many directions. We're doing so much and we're thinking that, and not that dad doesn't do that, but how do you get time away from the house? What do you do to go out to kind of, keep you?
I'm naturally a homebody. I like to stay in the house.
Okay.
Then you know, sometimes I got my Netflix, got my TV, close the door, he'll handle the kids. I'm a fan of, he'll take the kids sometimes, and I like to go downtown, go to a mall. I love to go get my feet and stuff done.
Right.
So I have my times when I'm alone. I like to walk to the train, like don't come to the train station with me today. Let me walk by myself to the train. It'd be little things will make me happy if I'm by myself.
Wow.
But then I feel like when I am by myself, what my kids doing? What Danny doing? Let me FaceTime and see what they doing. So I feel like always in the back of my mind, even when I'm by myself, I have to check to see what they doing. And I think that's just the mom in me. But I have my little times here and there, like to go get my feet done, go out with my mom, because she likes to go far out to go shopping. She likes to go to Long Island. So she going,
Really?
yeah, she says it's better out there because it's more clean. Like, cause over here in Brooklyn, everything picked through.
Yeah.
So she likes to go all the way out, take a ride with her out there. My mom and them, my mom, my aunt, they all live within the same building. They all live in the building. So if I never need some time, I love to do laundry. You'll see me downstairs in the basement, wash clothes. I'm always in the kitchen washing dishes. Those are the type of things that they say I have. Skype, what you said I got?
OCD.
I don't got OCD. They say I got OCD. But I think that's just what I like to do to calm me down. I don't know.
Right. Because you want to make sure everything is nurtured and clean. Because you never know when you're having company.
Never, right?
You have a house full of men.
Mm-hmm.
That don't care about men.
The bathroom.
Absolutely.
Stay
It's
dirty.
it's the bathroom situation. If I didn't sit and piss every day, I'd
That's what are you doing? What are y'all doing? It be you sometimes too. That's how I feel.
What?
It be you sometimes.
They like, it wasn't me.
Yeah, and sometimes
Yeah,
it
it
be
was.
him. So it be little things like that doing my hair. He know I love doing my hair. I change my hair every week.
Every week,
I love
every
to do
2
that.
weeks.
Beauty supply store and Walmart is my favorite 2 places to go.
Where's Walmart?
All the way out 190. And,
I just told my cousin I ain't seen a Walmart in a year. And I would go like every other day in Texas or every other
it's
day
right
in
there.
Yeah, because you drive to it. I went to the Walmart out in Sun Valley. I was like, what kind of shenanigans
What
is this?
Spring
Spring Valley.
by Green Acres?
Mm-hmm.
The dirtiest. Then Scotty, what Walmart we go to? Where's it at? Uniondale is out in Long Island. Nice. Way better than the one over there. Because everybody goes there. Because I think that's the closest one. Everybody goes there. But, you live in Brooklyn?
Harlem.
Okay. So you don't know nothing about Gateway. It's a shopping area out here in Brooklyn. They had opened up a whole bunch of new stores. There was supposed to be a Walmart out there. But they changed their mind at the last minute. And I think that was a good idea. Because that Walmart would have been taught. It would have been taught if they put a Walmart out there.
So another store.
Taught. Yeah. There's nothing of it in there. It's always crowded. No matter what time. You remember we used to go out there like 6 in the morning when you had the car? Crowded. What y'all doing out here at 6 o'clock in the morning? What you come out here to get at 6 o'clock in the morning from Walmart?
Same thing we probably out there for.
You at grocery shops.
It's a lot of people.
Walmart.
I think it's the crowdedness can be overbearing sometimes.
Mm-hmm. It's always crowded.
In New York. So I gather that Bonnet Talk is what, a Monday through Friday thing, or how do you said spontaneously you guys do
It's
it?
very spontaneous. We're now developing a structure.
Okay.
We don't want to stiffen it up where it's
Right.
like robotic. We really want this to naturally just flow.
Yeah.
So sometimes we go through a lot more than usual.
Mm-hmm.
That's the time where
It feel like it's necessary. to go and
we're
do it.
giving. We would do 2 in one day.
Right.
You know, but the production part is J5 Life Productions is brand new, so that's going to structure it like for the YouTube,
Okay.
the days that it'll be produced.
Mm-hmm.
But alerts will always be given out on Instagram as well.
You don't have a main day. Wasn't it a Sunday? We used to do it every
We used to
Sunday.
do it every Sunday.